I don't know what to say about this thing. It's been over 2 years since the 350Z has moved from this location. Well, it's actually only been a year because I did detail it, but I've not driven this car in 2 years. Looks like that detail didn't do too well underneath that tarp it was under. This thing looks like it was underneath the ocean, actually. Maybe sitting at a dock with a local Challenger. Besides that, we're gonna get this thing ready to roll again today. I got a new battery, I got some oil we're gonna put in it. We're gonna see if it works. I do have some concerns with this car. These tires were brand new. Even got the paint still on the side, but I'm worried that they might have flat spots because it's been sitting for so long. I'm also worried that the clutch might have some issues. I've had the slave cylinder go out before, twice actually, after this car's sat, so I'm concerned that we might get stranded as well on the maiden voyage here. We're gonna see what happens. The inside of this thing smells horrible. It's been mothballs sitting in here for 2 years, so I do not know if that smell's ever gonna come out. Got a whole tree up there. This is actually the only part of the car that's somewhat clean still, which is kind of impressive. I'll do the battery first, just because I don't want to have to jump start the dang thing. I actually think all this shit has to come out to get the battery out. I don't know anything about the underside of the hood of this car. I've done all cosmetic stuff to the 350Z, quite obviously. Engine base stock. This thing has never even had new spark plugs, new coil packs, nothing. Sitting at 100,000 miles, so we're really gonna put this thing to the test. I don't even think we have coolant in here. All the way down at the minimum, but that's good enough for me. Yeah, we're losing the clips, baby. Oh, okay. Now this thing has less juice. This thing has no juice, actually. You could touch 2 wrenches together on top of this battery and you'd be fine. Alright, challenge number 1 complete. Actually wasn't a challenge. Now the challenge is getting this thing out of here. This whole mechanism actually slides out of that. That's kind of nice. I wish this battery had a handle though. Oh, the fuses were breaking stuff. Oh no. Still intact. See if this works. This one's a 550 CCA. This one's 640 CCA. It recommended 650 and this one actually worked for maybe a year or 2. Maybe not the right battery since it didn't last that long, but supposedly this one's gonna work also. Both 35 group size, whatever that means. I don't know anything about batteries. I don't know why I'm trying to like see if there's a difference between these. Let's just put this in and see if it works. Fuck. Okay. She made it. We're gonna get this on there and make sure it works first before I put the battery holder in place. Smash the battery with a battery. Time for the moment of truth here. This thing is like 87 times more quiet than the 335. It's actually kind of insane. I used to think this car was so loud. Just from that little move in the car right there, I feel the steering wheel shaking a little bit, so I hope the power steering's all right. I also had no mirror that was folded in. I don't know how I didn't hit this. Here's the clutch fluid. It's full, so should mean it's not leaking. Power steering, it looks full. Is the fluid good? Probably not. This thing's gonna need like a full refresh. Really just trying to get it back on the road for a little bit and drive it because it's been so long. You know, I'm kind of doing the opposite of what most people are doing right now. They're like, damn, there's a leaf on the ground, I'm gonna put the car away. This right here is corrosive. This is gonna rust your underbelly. Oil of choice, 5.1 quarts, and I got a Mobil 1 M1 108A filter, last one on the shelf. Hopefully that actually works out for me. 2.5 years since the oil's been changed in this. I'm actually interested to see what the oil looks like that's in here. Wow, that shit looks clean. That looks like I don't even have to change it. Probably put 100 miles on this oil change. because I don't even have 101,000 and this says to change it at 103,000, but we're gonna change it anyways. Love it. There's no leverage under here because this bumper's made out of fuck. No oil is gonna end up on my hands. Ah, so close. Gonna wipe this up with a leaf. This is so shameful, draining brand new oil out. Look at that, it still looks like root beer. As this is finishing up here, there's some real thoughts going on in my head, because there's one thing that BMW got right over every car brand, and that is the oil filter being on top of the engine bay. I'm really debating just leaving the one that's in here in, because it does only have like 100 miles on it. I might do it, I don't know. Now we got to take a trip to the auto parts store, because I didn't think about the crush washer that goes around the drain plug. So I'll be right back with that. Also, I did decide that I'm gonna do the filter. Better safe than sorry. There's like 2 or 3 crush washers on here, and they are literally crushed, and I'm absolutely struggling to get them off. Success. I can finally put this in. Foreign substances in my eyes. Get this fucking chain on there. No way, dude. You gotta be using my tongue as toilet paper. Shout out to Moist Critical 2012. Here we go. That actually went well. Granted, I can't use this tool to put that back on because it dented the fuck out of it. I might just try to get that on as tight as I can with my hands. Gotta be tight enough. Take a look at that. Also, the car is jacked up, so it's not level. We're right at that hole below the high point, so I think that's perfect. Now start the car and make sure that the filter's on good. Obviously it needs gas. Actually, that's a good thing, because this gas is old as fuck. Hydro needs to be rebled. I don't know, maybe someone has some tips for me in the comments, anyone who has a hydro in their car. For some reason, I've never been able to get this thing to go back to its resting position no matter how much I bleed it. So if I'm doing something wrong, someone let me know in the comments. This thing's pretty much the exact opposite of the 335. All show, no go, but that is what makes it fun. I'm excited to drive this thing. I'm gonna get this interior cleaned out and get this thing ready to go on the road. Ooh. It's time for the maiden voyage. Nissan reliability right there. Oh, the brakes, they sound so bad. We gotta get the rust off these little rotators. Do I have flat tires, bro? Hang on, I might have flat tires. There are no flat tires. We're gonna put some air in them at the gas station though, just in case. steering in this car still feels so much better than the BMW. Driving manual's like riding a bike. Once you learn it, you can't forget it. Oh yeah. Nothing like rowing the gears. This car's so like, you're in it. Like this thing's tight. It's small in here compared to the BMW. Sin. Something was having a good life in there. This car is comically slow. Oh my gosh, I couldn't even feel it accelerating. I will say it is definitely a lot of fun to drive manual again though. Regardless of how slow this car is or feels. Oh shit. The underside of this car needs to be cleaned. The outside of this car needs to be cleaned. And I don't think half the scum's gonna come off of this car regardless of what I do to it right now. I need a new window regulator. Know if I'm centered. What do you mean forward? It smells terrible in this car. I do not know how to get this granule, bug deterrent, rodent deterrent smell out of here. I might just have to leave the windows down for a few days and put some air fresheners in here, maybe some osium. I don't know. It's a little bit cleaner. Shit's gonna come off. Because I detailed this thing so long ago. Look at that. Holy, it's a new car. That's got to get fixed. This might have to come all the way off for the one time, because that's pretty dirty under there. Other than that, door jambs cleaned up a bit, dried off. Whole car looking pretty clean. I still got a little bit of tree sap and stuff here and there, but overall not too bad. Made it home. Everything does seem to be mostly in working order with this car. Pretty exciting after 2 years not driving it, for that matter. Do not really have any issues with it. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. That's a Nissan versus BMW for you. But I'm excited to be making some more videos with this thing before the winter for you guys, so make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned.
Feeling like I ain't a boss, feeling like I ain't a baller. I can't complain. Shawty, she been in a loss. Shawty, she lost to the sauce. She on a plane. I just get brain and get guap. I just get brain and get guap. This life is insane. This life is a dream and I like. This shit I like it a lot. I see through the pain. This life is a dream and I like. This shit I like.